This is the Archangel 2210, and I just found out, because I've been out of the loop a little bit, that No Ordinary Family has officially been canceled. And although I'm not completely surprised, I am a little disappointed. Because I kind of was getting excited for it. I'll admit, I didn't watch all 20 episodes. I didn't even know there was 20 episodes. I thought there was like 10 or 15 or 13, because it didn't really feel like a full 20 episode season. And I was just reading up on it, and because I was also looking at Eureka, because Eureka's gonna have its final season next summer. And it's gonna be its final season. I was kind of disappointed with that too, because I was gonna jump on that as well, because I've been out of the loop with that show as well, and I kind of want a show to kind of take the place that Smallville left, because that's been on for 10 years, and I was hoping No Ordinary Family would fill that void, or so I'm going on sci-fi. I'm really getting involved with Warehouse 13, which is a really great show, and I didn't even know it was only in the third season. I thought it was in like fourth or fifth or even sixth season. But yeah, I'm going back to No Ordinary Family. No Ordinary Family officially canceled one season, and I doubt it's even going to be on DVD or anything. Because, all right, here's the thing: this show really wasn't fully original. It was pretty much a ripoff of Fantastic Four meets X-Men. Let's be honest. Let's be perfectly honest. Especially since it was done by ABC Family. It was initially owned by Disney, so that's pretty much where they got the idea. Um, I kind of like the campiness about it a little bit, where it wasn't so serious. Unlike Heroes, Heroes was pretty much a ripoff of the X-Men, but I still liked the show Heroes. It was different. It was innovative. But like towards the end, it kind of just got lost. It kind of just didn't know what it wanted to do. And with this show, the reason why it got canceled, one, it's a lousy title. It doesn't really roll off the tongue well. I think the title they gave it, No Ordinary Family, it was a filler title that they didn't know what to give it, and they just said give it that, and then if come up with something, we'll change it. Personally, their last name is Powells. I would have called it the Powerful Powells, or the Powells, or something playing along with their name, because their name almost sounds like power. So I would have played with that a little bit. But what are you gonna do? And there's nothing you can really do about that. So the thing is, the show. There's a lot of shows that are basically trying to do off that format that Heroes had, where it's ordinary people that have abilities that's somewhat like an X-Men type of show, where it's type of a superhero type of show. Heroes tried it. It worked for 4 seasons, but the first season was really its best season. And it kind of fell apart after a while, because it didn't have substantial villains, didn't have substantial heroes, and story. It was all over the place. And then they tried another show on the same channel, which was The Cape, which was kind of like a Batman ripoff. It really was, again, all over the place. And this was another attempt that was done. Ordinary Family, trying to be like a Fantastic Four type of show, all over the place. Now there is another show on Sci-Fi on Mondays, Alphas. It's kind of like, it's not. I don't want to say it's like X-Men completely, but just that sense where there's like genetic abilities, but their abilities are very like low key abilities. Um, and it's just like really basic, like really enhanced senses where they could see and smell things differently, and like a hypnosis type of thing. One guy's really agile, one guy has a really super strength, but limited super strength. It's really kicked up endorphins. One guy can read radio waves. So it's kind of interesting, but it's not the type of abilities that I would do on a show. I really like the big, like superpowers. But that's just me. They want, but and Alphas is really more like with the government and with its and all that stuff. It's like I kind of don't like it when they get the government involved that quickly in a show when it comes to people with superpowers. and they have it where they work in an office, and these people with abilities, they all have their abilities, they know they're how to use their abilities, and they basically are they work on the special cases that deal with like the other people with abilities, and it's like I'm giving it a chance, but I'm not really like totally excited for it. A show I'm excited for, Warehouse 13, but the problem is it's a summer show. It's not a full show. What does that mean? Is that it's only going to be on during the summer, and the block between one premiere to the next is a full year. It's a 10-month block. It's not going to be like if it was a full show, a 2 to 3 month block that you get away from it, and then it comes back. With it being a summer show, it almost goes in the back part of your mind, and you almost forget about it, and that it's only 13 episodes. So that's another thing that I almost forget about. I kind of hate shows that are only 13 episodes a season, because it's quick, it's gone, and before you know it, you got to do like a really quick story arc. You don't have time to play around. That's the thing with the 13 episode story arc. You really don't have time to play around. You could do like maybe 1 or 2 standalone episodes, but that's about it. But like I said, it got canceled. Like I was not completely surprised that it was canceled, but I was a little disappointed. And now the problems with the show, like I said, the title, not a great title. Um, it was a little goofy. And they were making a lot of comic book references. They mentioned characters that were iconic characters, Marvel characters. They mentioned stuff like Kryptonite and Superman, and they mentioned stuff like X-Men and Shadowcat and Wolverine. They mentioned those characters, and I think that's kind of what threw people off a little bit. Is that you kind of have to separate it. You can't have it where, not that it took place in those universes, but it's just that they were mentioning, that they discovered a weakness for the super strength. Because, okay, in the show's No Ordinary Family, I kind of like the abilities better, somewhat. Because the father had super strength, and he's played by Michael Chiklis, who played the Thing in the Fantastic Four movies. The mother had super speed. The daughter had telepathy, which was growing into her being able to hypnotize people. And the son has super genius, which really doesn't work off as an ability that much to me. But like it was kind of getting boring after one. It was like, oh, dinner's ready, and then they all kind of, it's like nothing was really happening for like a good chunk of the show. Not till the end was it like, okay, there's villains, there's this, there's that, and there's an actual chemical component that's giving people abilities, and it's like, okay, but it took them 20 episodes to get to that point. And it did leave a cliffhanger where they actually knew how to replicate that moment where the pals got their abilities, and it left that cliffhanger, and it left a lot of cliffhangers actually, because they in fact thought they were coming back, but no go. Well, I kind of don't want to talk about the Wonder Woman show um, that was a burn, but I think I talked enough about this show. And canceled shows in general. But I'm just trying to say that basically, I've seen a lot of these X-Men rip-off type of shows. Okay, they're okay. They don't really hit the mark, but I'm tired of seeing the rip-off ones. I want to see an actual X-Men live-action television series. Like starting from the beginning. Like, and if you do it right, it could last for years. Getting different, like, just like change the title every so often. I'll probably do a whole another video about this to explain it fully. Like my idea of an X-Men show and how it could work. If I haven't done it already, I can't remember. But basically going into each decade of the series and being completely being blah, 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 being close to the comics as possible without it being too cheesy, and that's very difficult, especially with it being, you know, um, nowadays. But I think that would be really, really great. Start it with the First Class, the real First Class, and then going into like Uncanny X Men and so on and so forth. Till it goes into like the modern incarnation, which is like Astonishing X Men at the very end. And the whole show could last like 15, 20 years because you could change the characters every so often, you know, and you could change it. Okay, I'm going on and on and on and on about that. I'll do that in a whole separate video. I'll fully explain what I mean by that. You know, because I think that would be make a really great show. Especially now that Disney owns Marvel, they could do it like on ABC or something, and you know, instead of No Ordinary Family, because this was done okay, fine, I could deal with that. It wasn't a great show; it was an okay show. You know, so enough with the fiddle faddle. We want I want an X Men show. I'm sure I'm not the only one. A real X Men show instead of all these X Men rip off type of shows. So leave a comment below what you think about all these type of superhero shows. Are you okay with it? You fine with it? Or can you take it or leave it?